What's your off season been like? What have you been up to?
Short. I finished up in the middle of November, and it was kind of bouncing around. I was traveling for Thanksgiving, and I went to my parents in December. We went to the bowl game, and then been back here ever since, kind of just getting ready. So,
What was it like, kind of a bowl game experience?
I had a lot of fun. It's my third bowl game in a row going down to Florida, so we always have a great time with some friends, and we try to keep it under the radar as well.
What was it like watching last baseball season for you, the Carolina season?
It was cool. I followed a little bit, mostly via Twitter, when you're on the bus rides and stuff, and I can remember watching the Super Regional game, and I was sitting there with a former UNC player, Mike Morin, who's actually a really good friend of mine, and we were there battling it out, and I think I had to wear some UNC gear that next day, but I got them back when football season came around, so it worked out in the end.
Mike, what was it like getting that call to the Bigs? Just talk about that whole process, go back, when you got that phone call and what it meant to you.
It was unbelievable, really. After making one start in AA, definitely wasn't expecting that, and I made them show me the flight information before I even really believed them, and so it was a wild experience, and it's kind of hard to describe my year other than just say it was kind of crazy, flying back and forth multiple times, but I learned a lot about baseball, and I learned a lot about myself and as a pitcher, so it was a good year and a lot of fun, and hopefully I have one just as crazy, maybe. We'll see.
What does it mean to you as a player for Sosha to just throw you right in there, immediately? You didn't even get your bags unpacked, really.
Yeah, it was the very first day, and I had an early flight. I think that's one of the nature of the business. It shows how much we're expected to just be prepared no matter what. And also, I think it's you want to just throw me out in the fire and see what I had, and I appreciate that. It kind of made it to where you don't even think so much. You're not getting anxious for your first appearance. You're right in there in the mix, and I couldn't have drawn up a better debut with what I had, and Albert with a walk-off double. So that was pretty cool.
So a few years ago, you couldn't even get on the mound here, and now you're here with Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim on their tags. It's surreal a little bit for you.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. I've had a good string of years here, and hopefully they keep going on.
Michael, I'm sorry this has already been asked, but when you walk into this place, you look at the stadium, what are some of the memories that immediately come back into your mind?
A lot of the baseball games come in my head, but the more fun is just the stupid stuff that I did with all the guys. And all the friendships and relationships I've made, and most of the guys here, I've got to play with. So it's all those memories kind of flood back, along with some of the important games and all that.
Who else had them on you as a jacket?
Yeah, but I had to wear one of Pujols' suit. I still have it, so it doesn't have his name in it or anything. But yeah, it was a little big. I looked like a bum. It was my second game there, and we had to leave straight from the field, and I didn't even have any time to go to the store. So it was it was kind of crazy. I definitely looked like a bum. I was wearing a black suit with like brown loafers that I had, and that was it. So it was a cool experience.
Surely being a big leaguer now, some other players probably here elsewhere want advice from you. Do you have wise words of how to get there?
How to get there? You just be who you are. I was lucky. I was in the right time, the right place for the Angels to get an opportunity. And a lot of things I learned up there is that the game's no different. You're still throwing from the same length. It's the same type of field, same dimensions. You just got to go out there and be yourself and kind of trust what got you there in the first place. Christian's had a great year and made it AA, and really the talent's there. You just have to kind of get over the hump mentally, and I learned a lot about pitching and how to kind of be dynamic within myself, and I learned a lot about relieving when I was up there. Being a starter normally and relieving in the pros and in college is completely different. So I learned a lot this year. It was definitely a learning year for me.
Is that a role they want to keep you in? Because they're telling you
I don't know. I'd have to. I really don't know. I think I'm supposed to be prepared to be a starter when I show up to spring training, but kind of that really doesn't mean anything. When you show up, you're only throwing 1 to 2 innings no matter what you're doing right away. But I think they still see me as my future as a starter. Ultimately, I don't care. As long as I can play in the big leagues for as long as possible, I'll do whatever, whether that's facing one guy or not, which is funny because, a couple years ago I thought that was the worst job in the world here at South Carolina. But I guess I would do it in the big leagues.
Talk about today, just coming back and talking with some of these younger guys. Obviously, last year they came up a little bit short of Omaha, but what can you tell these young guys that, this program and what Holbrook's able to do in his first couple of years? What's the future of this program going forward?
Well, it's still kind of weird coming back and seeing barely any guys that I played with now that are on the team. But this is a fun day just to come back and hang out with some of the guys that I did play with that are still playing pro ball. But as far as the team coming along and what they can experience this year, really it's just to buy into the system. Coach Holbrook, the system that he has in place with all the staff members, just buy into it, and you got to start trusting your teammates, and and someone's got to step up and be that leader. And there's definitely guys that are in the clubhouse that can do that, and you just kind of have to have someone step up and kind of step in and rally the troops and get them going.
You got that first full season under your belt.
Yeah.
How's it going? What's it like in the bigs, man?
It's great. Everything is the best of the best, and I mean, you're all fighting for that prize, that world championship ring, and we were able to accomplish it this year. I definitely got some experiences. I didn't stay up there for the full season, but I'm definitely looking to fight for a position this year and hopefully stay in the big leagues.
With them shipping Ellsbury off, has Farrell told you anything about as far as what your role is going to be going into spring training?
No, not me personally. I think everyone goes into spring training just competing for a spot. So I don't really have a role, so to speak, at this moment. I'm just going in there, to try to perform and show that I'm ready to play.
2010 wasn't too long ago.
No.
Did you ever see yourself in this position this quick?
You never really, I guess, I didn't think of it personally. I try to live in the present, and because the future gonna come soon enough, and I just tried to focus on what I can control, and I mean it's great. I would have never imagined think of being drafted by the Red Sox and then playing with them so quickly, going through the minor league system so fast. You just do those things just because you want to be able to get up there as fast as you can. That's the goal, and I was very blessed in order to be able to do it so fast.
With you guys being here today, obviously last year they came up short of Omaha, but what can you share with some of these young guys to say, like, hey, obviously this is a huge program. Look where we were, just a couple of years ago. You guys can get back there, if you just, play your role.
Obviously. I mean, this program itself. I mean, you have the facilities, the training staff, everyone. Everything's set in play. You have the players with the talent. I mean, it's just it's all about catching the right runs. I mean, honestly speaking, you just got to put it all together and have that team camaraderie. I think that's very big. I mean, obviously there's no calculation, so to speak, and saying that well, if the team gels, they're gonna win X amount of games. But it definitely makes winning a lot easier when you have that team camaraderie and things are gelling.
Yeah, I got a player. I'm letting you take the lead on that one.
All right.
When you come back to events like this, these kind of reunion events, just talk about what it feels like to see these guys you used to sit in the dugout with, and guys you probably haven't seen in a little bit of time.
It's like you're back at home, you're just hanging out with like brothers. That's what it seems like, just because, you played with these guys for years, and, being able to come back. I mean, we stay in contact with each other as well, so it's not like we're completely lost on, where each other's at in our life. And but just being able to hang out in person and just talk about things, talk about the past, and talk about where we want to be, and it's I enjoy it, being able to come back here and celebrate.
Not necessarily with these guys, when you walk through these hallways and you walk around that stadium, obviously a sense of nostalgia has to come back and hit you.
Yeah. I mean, this is where it all started for me, coming to college, and this is kind of what helped make me to who I am today, as a person and as a player. And this was kind of like the big stage, and I was able to perform at the top level and succeed. And credit goes to the coaching staff, my teammates, and parents, and everyone that's involved in making me a better person.
Well, we talk about those memories that you guys kind of rehash on, those old stories, what's one you can tell us on TV?
Oh man, old stories. Let me think.
On TV. No
On
popping
on
bottles and popping.
on TV. Just I think it just goes with joking around with the coaches. After a while, players get so comfortable with the coaches. Not so much to speak so much to say that we disrespect them. We respect them, truly, but you're comfortable enough around them and you trust them that you can start joking around with them. And I'll never forget when Justin Dallas and Wingo and Raw, they would always just joke with Coach Tanner and about a ton of different things, whether it was short arms or it's just mimicking the way he throws and the way he moves and stuff like that. But it's all fun and games, and when he laid down the hammer, we pretty much knew we were in check.
Thoughts? What goes through your mind when you come and walk back in this place?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, of course I didn't play here, but I did get to see it a lot and see the construction and everything. But it's just good to be back. I mean, people around here treat you like family, and I feel like family here.
Do you feel like the old veteran walking in and seeing some of these guys?
Maybe a little bit, but I mean, I hadn't hit 30 yet, so I don't feel like I'm too old. But yeah, no, it's good just to be back and have lunch with these guys and shoot the bull. And I've seen a few of them now playing against them, and it's pretty cool.
Can you sum up what you've learned kind of in the big leagues since you left USC?
Yeah, I learned a lot. I mean, it's been a lot of, I've failed a good bit and had to learn from my failures. And it came easy to me in high school and college and in the minor leagues. But, once you get up there, you learn a lot about yourself. And, as of now, it's, I feel like I'm moving in the right direction.
You've had 3 fairly similar years, numbers-wise. I mean, what do you think you've got to do to maybe make that jump?
Just
get to another level?
Just stay more consistent. I'll have a good 2 or 3 weeks, and then I'll have a bad 2 or 3 weeks. So it's it's just more of not falling in those deep valleys and just staying more consistent day in and day out.
How did your experience here help you for your pro career?
A lot. I mean, with Coach Tanner and the guys we had here, he kind of set this whole thing up as almost like a big league practice and a big league workout every day. And, and traveling like we did and getting to go to the Cape and play USA ball and, going through the travel. And that's one thing that's an adjustment once you get to the big leagues.
Piggybacking off of that kind of helped your transition to the bigs a lot easier than maybe for some guys because of just the program that is here?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, this is, like everybody else knows, I think the best program in the country. And, when you get to play day in and day out for a program like this and, get to be here, it's, it teaches you a lot and, helps you, in the future.
How's life been in Seattle? Obviously, there's been some transition in the whole organization there. How do you feel going forward with this team? Yeah,
it's been great. I mean, it's definitely been a learning curve a little bit being in far northwest, but it's definitely been good and excited. And when you sign guys like Robinson Cano and stuff like that, and you got Felix and a few other guys. If some of us young guys can take the next step forward, I think there's nothing but good things to come.
Brad Miller's a Clemson Tiger. How's that been working out?
Yeah, I give him a lot of crap. So I mean, I don't know if he likes me or not yet, but I do wear him out.
What's it going to be like standing next to Cano on the field, knowing because you've seen him play enough?
Yeah,
against him.
It's going to be awesome. I mean, he definitely makes the game look, looks like it comes easy to him, and he's out there having fun, and that's what you got to do at that level. And the first couple of years, and I'd catch myself, being mad or taking frustration out, and just go up there and have fun. I mean, you're playing with the best of the best. You're up there for a reason. Just have fun, and when you have fun, good things happen.
The West is really competitive. What's it going to take for you guys to maybe push up and challenge those teams? Oakland and Texas have played pretty well.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, Oakland's put it together the past couple of years, and Texas, playing for them that half a season I did, it was, you know what they're all about. And, the Angels have every guy and their brother too. So it's, but playing against them, it's just about coming together as a team. And, you got your superstars and stuff like that, but, if you come together as a team, anything can happen.
Why come back today, Justin? A lot of guys in your position probably wouldn't take time to do this.
Yeah, just, I've been meaning to get back up here, and, this year we haven't. Last year we had 6 or 7 weddings me and my wife were in. So, and this past year we finally got a house in Charleston. So it's, I've been meaning to get back up here, and, it's a good time to come up and see everybody and hang out and, enjoy lunch and enjoy the day.
Is there a sense of obligation or pride coming back here?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it just kind of brings you back. I mean, it was, it feels like it was yesterday, but it was, what was it, 5 years ago now, 5 or 6 years ago now that I actually played here. So, I mean, it's, coming back now, it kind of, makes you know what you missed and, excited for the guys that come here and play.
What's your message to guys like Bradley and Roth that made such quick jumps? They got the call up so fast and then went through a little slump and maybe got called back down. What do you say to them to kind of keep their focus? That they can get back? Yeah,
just keep working. I mean, I was the same guy. I mean, I was called up. I didn't even have a year under my belt in the minor leagues, and so it was, you gotta, you gotta learn from your failures, and that's one way to learn is from failing. And I've failed a good bit, and I feel like I've learned from them. And for those guys just to keep working hard, and it's going to be better for you in the end.